It's not just a house, it's an iceberg. 90% is underground. Think you know this house? You don't. Let's go back 233 years to where it started. Washington stood right here. He chose a swamp, but he saw a masterpiece.
No machines, just muscle. October 1792, digging begins by hand.
Architect James Hoban designed it. His prize? $500 and a gold medal. The cornerstone was laid in secret. To this day, no one knows where it is. Stone came from Aquia Creek. Soft to carve, but incredibly heavy to move. Expert Scottish stonemasons were brought in. Every flower was carved by hand. They burned oyster shells to make mortar. The heat and smell were unbearable. By 1795, the biggest stone house in America is finally taking shape. It's a giant among cabins. The inside is all wood, beautiful, but dangerous.
Wood is risky. They used molten lead for waterproofing. Deadly work.
Glass was a luxury imported from Europe. Half of it broke on the way here. Horsehair keeps this plaster from cracking. It's 1798, and we're almost done. The grand staircase. Built for kings, but made for a president. November 1800. It's freezing, the paint is wet, but the president is coming.
President Adams arrives. Only 6 rooms are actually livable.
Welcome home.
Cooking for a nation on open fire. No water, no switches. Just hard work. The East Room stayed unfinished for 20 years. Just a big, empty shell. Washington wanted an oval room. No corners for guests to hide in.
Water was carried by hand, 1 bucket at a time. No pipes yet.
Why white? It wasn't style. It was a lime wash to seal the stone. 1801. Thomas Jefferson arrives. 1804. The first indoor toilet. Jefferson loved new technology, turning a swamp into a landscape. The house finally belongs to the land. 1810. It's finally finished. But in 4 years, it will all burn. August 1814. The British are attacking. Peace is over.
Soldiers ate the president's dinner, drank his wine, then prepared to burn it.
Furniture, books, history, all gone in seconds. They wanted to erase it. The wood inside turns the stone shell into an oven. The walls start cracking.
A freak storm put out the fire. Nature saved the house.
The inside is gone. Only a cracked, smoky stone shell is left.
Some wanted to move the capital, but this house had to rise again.
James Hoban returns. He has to rebuild his masterpiece from the ashes.
They couldn't clean the smoke stains. The stone was permanently scarred. So they painted it white to hide the damage. The White House is born. New roof, same dangerous wood. They're trapping a forest inside stone box.
1815 heating. More fireplaces means smoke, but it keeps the president warm.
Monroe wants elegance. The house isn't just a home, it's a statement. The house becomes a palace. The era of good feelings is covered in gold.
Security gets serious. These gates remind us of the 1814 fire. Grandeur returns to the Blue Room, a crown for the most important space.
Stronger than 1792, but still wood. Check out this high-tech bell system. One pull up in the dining room, and down here, someone's getting coffee. Ring the bell upstairs, get coffee downstairs. New Year's Day, 1818. A real driveway for the president. Finally, a proper entrance. The outside isn't done. The columns are finally arriving.
They carve the earth to fit the house, creating the President's Park.
1824. It's a box. Time to give it that iconic curve. These stones aren't just for looks. They support the grand balcony. 30 feet high. One slip, and the stone shatters. Finally, the house gets its front porch. Dry entry. No more getting wet when you arrive. Lighting the darkness. But the old floor is starting to creak.
Gaslight replaces candles. But the fumes are getting heavy.
Running water. No more buckets from the yard. Modern cooking. The kitchen finally enters the new age.
Cutting through the ceiling to bring natural light into dark halls.
The first West Wing was actually just a greenhouse for flowers. Coal heating is here. Fireplaces are just for show now. The telegraph. The first instant message connecting the White House. The wood structure is 30 years old and struggling.
Digging trenches to fix the smell problem.
Painting the fence gold. Only the best for the president.
The first official White House library.
Replacing wood with stone. Better style, better fire safety. Sealing up the iconic entrance. Raising the flag, the signal that the president is home. It's an icon, but inside, it's getting way too crowded. 1902. It's meant to be a home, but work is taking over. It's a mess. The flowers are gone. We need office space. Digging the foundation for the new executive office. The first bridge connecting home and work. It was supposed to be temporary. It's still here today. Finally, the president has a real office. 1891. Electricity. The president was too scared to touch the switch.
Wiring a 100-year-old stone house for electricity.
No more stairs. The president is going up.
Where the biggest decisions in history are made.
Taft wants an office that matches the oval shape of the house. It's tough building a room with no corners. The resolute desk, a gift from the Queen, made from a ship. Security is getting serious now.
Another fire guts the West Wing. They rebuild it instantly.
Painting the brick white. One building, one look. A glass-enclosed walk for the president. The White House is finally ringing. The sounds of the modern executive branch. Modern logistics for the president. Keeping the main house looking like a museum. A peaceful escape, just steps from the Oval Office. Fighting that DC humidity with big fans. A warning.
The house is getting too heavy for its bones.
Just a Band-Aid for a dying structure. Adding more weight to the roof. The power moved, but the house is about to snap. 1927. The roof is rotting. It's a death trap. Tearing off the old 1817 roof. Modernity arrives. The first real steel skeleton. The sound of progress. Steel replacing old timber. Adding living space without changing the look. Fireproof and solid for the first time. The president's private sunroom. The world is at war. The White House becomes a fortress. The operations center. A basement that can survive a bomb. FDR's war room, where the war was manicked. Moving the office to where it is today. Better light, more privacy.
1942. Installing the first bulletproof windows.
Camouflaging the house from enemy bombers. The nerve center of the war effort.
The house is carrying too much weight. It's groaning.
Every time a truck passes, the house shakes.
It's sinking. It can't wait anymore.
One more year, and this house falls down.
The limit reached. A piano almost fell through the floor.
The White House is condemned. It's unsafe to live here.
The great gutting begins. Going inside the skeleton.
Everything old is coming. A bulldozer in the living room.
Building a steel cage inside the old stone walls.
The White House is now a reinforced concrete bunker.
Installing modern plumbing for every room.
Finally, real air conditioning for DC summers. Cynthia Defo. The iconic white returns. This one has dozens of them.
It's solid now. No more shaking chandeliers.
Looks like 1800, feels like 1950. Built for the future.
Getting its soul back. It's becoming a museum, not just an office.
Recovering the history that was buried.
Turning the White House into a museum. Even the president needs to blow off steam. Real-time intel is key. The Situation Room is born. The first energy-efficient White House. Ahead of its time.
The pool is still there, right under the reporter's feet.
Total global connectivity. No more secrets.
Protection against modern threats. Appease modern threats.
Keeping the president cool under pressure.
The wall is getting higher.
Protecting data from any attack. Feeding state dinners for 200 people. It's not just a house, it's an iceberg, mostly underground. It's a city under one roof, and it's ready for 2026. 233 years of grit, fire, and steel.
This house died and was reborn 5 times. It's still the center.
Want to see how complex structures are built? Subscribe to NextGen.